Pag nag-insert, minsan, hindi na ito hundreds of millions. Umabot na minsan ng 10 billion pesos in one district. We heard stories about, or based on records, isang district 51 billion, isang district 15 billion. Malulunod sila doon, Mr. President. How can one district absorb, ang tinatawag natin absorptive capacity? How could it absorb 51 billion pesos worth of projects in a district? Tell me, Mr. President. Normally, they don't participate. Why? Because sabi nila, pagdating naman sa Congress, kami naman ang bida eh. Mag-i-insert lang kami. Ang problema sa insertions, walang consultation sa end users.
Local, yeah.
Sa local government units. Wala rin consultation sa mga implementing agencies. And that's the reason why, again, during budget deliberations, I had always questioned, bakit ang laki lagi ng ating unused appropriations? Nandiyan tayo sa mga 400 billion a year. From 2010, I think, up to 2020 for 10 years, parang ang average natin on a yearly basis, parang 452 billion. Why? Because the implementing agencies would not know how to implement the projects because they were not consulted. And remember when we talked to Senator Mark Villar some time ago, I thought he would take it against me when he was DPWH Secretary, na binabawasan ko yung budget ng agency niya. And he told us, no, as a matter of fact, we were thankful, even the other agencies, other departments, were very thankful that you were pointing out that the insertions or the amendments introduced or proposed by legislators, hindi man lang sila kinonsulta. And that's the reason why yung unused appropriations kept adding up. Kasi kung hindi nila alam, wala silang program of works, wala silang planning, paano nila i-implement? Ang problema nga, Mr. President, and I think ayaw nating marinig ito. No? The Filipino people hate to hear this, and we're also afraid to say it. No? Pero ang nangyayari, pinapasukan ng personal interest eh. Yung insertions, minsan sometimes nagiging supplier-friendly or contractor-friendly. Hindi na iniisip talaga kung ano yung needs and priorities of their constituents. Halimbawa, nakadeploy yung aking, contractor ako, congressman din ako, nakadeploy yung aking mga equipment sa isang lugar. Eh, yung mobilization nun, pag deploy ko sa ibang lugar, medyo magastos. So doon ako mag-i-insert doon sa lugar na nakadeploy ng equipment ko.
Kahit hindi masyadong kailangan.
Ay, talaga hindi kailangan, Mr. President. And sometimes, alam din naman natin ito, Mr. President, na yung pagpili ng mga district engineers, mayroong say ang mga district representatives. No? It works both ways, Mr. President. Naglalabi yung district engineer para mapunta siya sa district. Ang gagamitin niyang tagalabi, district representative. Yun naman district representative, gusto niya, bata niya yung district engineer. So pag it has come to a point na pag nag-insert, minsan, hindi na ito hundreds of millions. Umabot na minsan ng 10 billion pesos in one district. We heard stories about, or based on records, isang district 51 billion, isang district 15 billion. Malulunod sila doon, Mr. President. How can one district absorb, ang tinatawag natin absorptive capacity? How could it absorb 51 billion pesos worth of projects in a district? Tell me, Mr. President.
Imposible. I've heard the NCR mayors complaining. Don't you think it's time that the local executives and the Sanggunians be actively involved in flood control projects?
I believe so, Mr. President. No? Kaya lang, pag nag-sign off yung local government units, halimbawa, bago makapag-start ng project, yung contractor sa isang munisipyo o sa isang probinsya, at hihingi pa ito ng permit sa mayor, nadagdagan na naman yung ating...
Yun.
Yan ang problema natin, Mr. President. So I think, ang pakialam dapat ng mga local government units, by way of the local development